can put as many products as you want on your hair, but it's always practice over product. I've seen a lot of naturals experience damage. I'm not entirely sure it would keep your hair moisturized for weeks. Products alone are not going to grow your hair. You're going to experience some sort of issue there. What's up curlies, it's your girl Kiki, and if you are new here, I do all things curly hair tips, product reviews and styling. In today's video, I'm going to be reacting to some hair growth tips for black girls for curly hair and seeing whether these tips are actually legit or there may be false claims. Let's get into the video. So we are typing in hair growth tips for black girls on TikTok, and the first thing that comes up is Kekekurly. Okay, let's have a look at this one. So the premise of this video is just a reminder that our hair grows the same as all other ethnicities. This is completely true. Hair growth is hair growth, doesn't differ, but it definitely is down to genetics. She says the only difference is our hair breaks at the same time it grows. Yeah, this is a huge one. Obviously, if you are experiencing breakage, you are not going to see hair growth and hair length retained. And with black hair and afro type of hair is more susceptible to damage and breakage, and it is significantly weaker and drier than other hair ethnicities. So that is probably why we struggle sometimes to grow hair longer and stronger and quicker than other ethnicities, because it is just a little bit harder for us. So hair tips: wear to protective style, moisturize, and use a silk bonnet / pillow to protect it. This is absolutely accurate. I would give this one a thumbs up. I really do rate protective styles over absolutely everything, as long as you know how to maintain them correctly. Don't just put your braids in and leave them for like 8 weeks and do nothing. But if you know how to maintain your hair in a protective style, amazing tip. Moisturize your hair, of course. Don't let your hair get dry, because when it gets dry, that is when we see the breakage happening. And use silk bonnet / pillow to protect it. Absolutely yes. Always wrap your hair at night. That is going to be a huge thing in reducing manipulation of your hair and friction, and your hair getting split ends and breakage. So yeah, this is definitely a really good tip for black girls. Let's pull up the next video. Loz Organics is saying that she has grown her hair through basically oiling and using rosemary oil, grapeseed oil, castor oil and coconut oil. Now, we don't have much context as to how she used them and what she did, but I definitely agree. Adding some oils into your hair care regimen that have nice hair benefits for growth and stimulation, especially rosemary and especially castor oil with the benefits that they have, will aid in length retention. I'm not exactly clear on the amount that it helps grow your hair, but these 4 things alone definitely will aid in your growth goals. I'm not sure if using that alone would help, because there are a lot of things that need to go alongside using oils on your hair, like adequately washing, using deep conditioners, protective styling, maintaining moisture, having a balanced diet. Like, a lot of things go into the process of retaining length and having healthy hair. So yeah, I agree. I do agree with the 4 things she has in the video, but I would like to see a little bit more context as to how she used them and what other things that she did to retain length. Let's move to the next video.
If you're a black girl struggling to grow your hair, I got you. This is what my hair looked like before, and I used to believe that my type 4 hair could only grow to a certain length, because that's what they made us believe. Then I learned how to make this. Now this is what my hair looks like now.
We're gonna stop that one there. Seems like a bit of an ad, which absolutely no issues with an ad. Ads can sometimes be a bit misleading, obviously, because we don't exactly know the true opinions of the influencers using these. But again, like, the product looks like a lovely product. Like, it's made with shea butter, which is nice for natural hair. It's not raw, it's creamy. It looks like a nice hair cream, and it looks like it would moisturize your hair. But I am not entirely sure it would keep your hair moisturized for weeks. on end. Bit skeptical about that one. However, again, products alone are not going to grow your hair. Like I always say this, you can put as many products as you want on your hair, but it's always practice over products. If you use amazing products, but for example, you always straighten your hair or you never shampoo your hair, then you're gonna experience some sort of issue there with length retention. But if you maybe have a really simple product stash and you maintain your hair really well by shampooing, you deep condition weekly or bi-weekly, and you maybe protect your hair when necessary, and you are thriving in your hair growth journey, then products really don't matter that much as long as they're not detrimental to your hair in terms of like dryness and moisture and things like that. Like products will take you a certain to a certain kind of point. However, a lot of it is down to genetics and your practices.
Say is protective hairstylings work the best for me. You know, some people will do protective styles and they'll keep it in for like 2 weeks and then they'll take it out, and then that's fine if you're not trying to grow your hair. What worked well for me was keeping in my braids like for like months at a time, and I think the longest I've ever kept braids in for was like 6 months, but with like a 3-month interval. At the 3rd month mark, I would take them out and basically redo the part that I need to redo and then wash my hair whilst the braids were still in.
Alright, we're gonna pause there. I kind of feel I have mixed opinions on this one, because I really think protective styles work when you know how to do them properly and you don't keep them in for prolonged periods of time. I don't know about 6 months. I've never kept braids in for 6 months because my hair just needs to be like redone and my scalp needs like a good clean, and although you can wash your hair with braids in, it just doesn't have the same effect for me. In terms of protective styling, yes, I do agree protective styles are a really useful tool. I kind of feel like they do not let me moisturize my hair properly, so I'm gonna have to disagree on this one, just because the hair that is usually used with braiding, number one, is very drying. I feel like it pulls moisture out of my hair, if I'm being completely honest. If you're getting a stylist to do your hair and they put it in boiling water, like I've seen a lot of naturals experience damage from that hot boiling water being like soaked up by the hair. So I think if you know how to do braids well and you know how to use them for your hair, yes. For me personally, no, I won't be doing braids for 6 months and keeping them in for that long, because they just don't work for me personally. So we're gonna move on to the next one.
Hey y'all, I'm gonna be giving y'all some tips on how to grow your hair to waist length and what I did to keep growing my hair and to have my hair to be thicker and fuller. I have to get my hair recolored because it's growing so fast. Tip number 1 is going to be hair growth oil. This is the one that I use. It's the one that works the best for me. It has 39 herbs in there that actually are proven to stimulate the hair follicle and actually grow your hair. What I do is I put it on my scalp 4 times a week and I massage it. The thing is, your scalp does need to be stimulated. So you...
Okay, so yeah, another one saying hair growth oil, yes. Hair growth oils do work on your scalp. As she said in the video, your scalp does need to be stimulated in order for them to work. So scalp massages will increase the blood flow to your scalp and definitely help that hair to grow. Let's see the next tip.
You do have to be consistent with like your hair growth oil and the things that you use to grow your hair. Number 2 is honestly like you need to be patient and super consistent and stay away from heat. I feel like that's 2 tips in one, but whatever. You need to be consistent. You need to stay away from heat. Your hair growth journey is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. You're not going to wake up and your hair is going to grow a million inches. Like, you have to be super consistent. And that's why I tell everybody, use your hair growth oil every day, massage your scalp, stay away from heat, be patient.
So her second tip was to be patient, which is absolutely true. You have to be patient. As I said before, you cannot compare your hair journey to someone else's, and stay away from heat. Heat is not the devil if you know how to use it properly, and if you know that you need heat protectant before using heat. The varying degrees of heat, like if we use it to dry our hair from maybe using a diffuser, which is less direct, or we are straightening our hair. Obviously, I'm assuming she means straightening and blow drying our hair, because that will definitely mess your hair up if you do it too often. However, if you do it infrequently, a few times a year, it's not going to give you the most heat damage.
Last tip, and tip number 3, is going to be make sure you don't have any deficiencies that's causing you to lose your hair. Sometimes I think vitamin D does that, and I think iron, and those are 2 things that I was deficient in this year, but I fixed it because I took my vitamins. So if you got to take a vitamin, take a vitamin.
Yeah, so the last point she made about vitamins is completely valid. Your diet always needs to be on point. Like if you have imbalance in diet or vitamins, nutrients, then you definitely need to look at getting some sort of supplement to make sure your hair is growing at optimum length, because it will play a role in your hair growth and your overall health and length retention. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments as to what you thought about the tips that I reviewed and reacted to in the video, and I will see you in the next one.